All right, welcome to Sinbin Stream. Tonight in NHL hockey action, we start out with the Montreal Canadiens at the Florida Panthers. And I believe this game's going to be held up for the start because they're honoring Brad Marchand. Let's double check the audio. All right, I think I saw in the Canadiens pregame Habs on TSN that Montembeault is the starter tonight over Dobish. I'm assuming Bobrovsky's starting. I could probably check Twitter for that, but hope you're having a great Tuesday. Hope you're ready for some hockey. And we will have Flyers at Canucks as the second game of the doubleheader. Light schedule tonight for Tuesday. Usually that's the heavy night, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, but they're going to go heavy on the 31st, the NHL. Devils, Maple Leafs, Hurricanes, Penguins coming up shortly as well. Hello, Sinbin Admin. Welcome. Thank you. Yeah, they're just talking pregame stuff. I probably could have held the start of the live stream, but it didn't realize until the pregame was on Florida's pregame, and then I'm like, nope, not going to watch a ceremony for that guy. Pardon me. Just cannot stand the Florida Panthers, and a lot of it is recent. Montembeault, first start since December 2nd versus the Ottawa Senators. So, yeah, it's been a while. All right, he's warming up already, so hopefully that ceremony is already over, unless this was earlier maybe. So Montembeault is 5-6-1, 3.65 goals against average, 8.57 save percentage, and no shutouts. Yeah, somebody on Montreal has a shutout. Dobish does not. Yep, so just waiting on the Marchand ceremony. I don't know. I thought I heard it was something about his 1,000th point, or maybe 1,000th game. I don't know. Didn't care. Oh, Fowler's their other goalie. Wonder if Fowler had their but Dobish has played the most, it looks like. Fowler third. Oh yeah, I think he's like a young goalie too and had a good debut, but yeah, I assume we're going to be a little bit till the opening face-off here. But we have plenty of hockey coming up this week. Again, Flyers, Canucks tonight, 9:05 p.m. The live stream will start. Vinny, hello. How are you? Thanks for the chat. Hello. Thanks. Whoops. Tomorrow, early start. This is going to be hard to read, and yeah, we'll have to take some of that down as the day goes on. But tomorrow we got Rangers Capitals, 11:30 in the morning, so 11:35 live stream starts, 11:35, that'd be Central Time. Lightning Ducks 3, then we'll have Central Florida, or UCF, against Texas Tech women's basketball at 6. Couldn't find a men's game at that time, and the hockey couldn't do 4. It was spread out, big. I would have to do a game 2.5 hours apart, and I don't like doing that. And Boston Bruins at Oilers will be 8:30. Yeah, I don't know who. I guess I'd have to look up on Twitter, see who's starting. So 3 hockey games tomorrow and a women's basketball game. Ranked 21st in the country, Texas Tech in the AP poll. Thursday, New Year's Day, another triple header. Maybe I'll see if there's any college basketball. That's going to be a tight window to fit a game in, though. I guess 3 o'clock would be at 3 or 3:30. I don't know. I'll have to take a look. Friday, maybe I can fit one in. We'll see. And Saturday night, just going to do one game. I'll have my son for the weekend, Wild at Kings. Still figuring out Sunday. I didn't even bother to check yet if we get the Packer game or not, since the Bears are at a different time. All right, underway in Pittsburgh. Hurricanes and Penguins, no score, 17:43 to go. First period. Devils, Maple Leafs underway in Toronto. 17:51 to go in the first, no score. All right, I guess I can lower this a little bit. All right, come on. Quite a few Montreal fans in Sunrise, Florida tonight. All right, hopefully this ceremony is almost done. Yeah. Let me see if I can find anything on Twitter. I thought this ceremony wouldn't take that long. But apparently I am wrong. All right. All right. Well, whatever. All right, come on. Let's just get this over with. I should have looked up. Yeah, maybe I can find who's starting in goal for the Panthers. I'll do that real quick. What is this? Where is their official? This is insane. Let's see, 1,000 and counting. Yeah, so how many? I don't even care. Why? I can't even find the official Florida Panthers Twitter. This is insane. Oh, there it is. Well, no wonder their logo is Marchy 1K. Okay, I couldn't even read that. I didn't understand their logo. All right, it is Daniil Tarasov in net. Okay. Finally on the TV they revealed it. Broadcast. All right, should be starting hopefully momentarily. So Montembeault for the Canadiens, Daniil Tarasov for the Panthers. Let's close this out. All right. Jones and Mikola are the opening defensive pairing. Bennett, Verhaeghe, and Marchand, the first line, forwards. Matheson, that's for Florida. Matheson and Dobson for Montreal, with Caulfield, Suzuki, and Teixeira for the Canadiens. Actually, I probably should look up the pronunciation of this. I think I goofed this up the last time I did Texier. Okay, Texier. Sorry. My bad. Texier. Finally underway. All right. After all that, 6:16, 6:17 Central. Good thing I put on the Canadiens broadcast. Didn't have to watch any of that ceremony. All right. Behind the Florida net, they're in red, going right to left. Canadians in this white jersey going left to right. Cleared down by Florida. No icing, though. Taken behind the net by Dobson of Montreal. He's looking still. But finally makes a pass to the neutral zone. It's tipped and taken into the far corner by Kapanen. Back to the blue line. Long shot blocked by Florida. They have the rebound. They skate it to the neutral zone and dump it in from the red line. Into the near boards, and Montreal sends it out. So Montreal got a shot on goal in that exchange early on. All right. Florida back behind their own net with the puck. That is Ekblad. And a dump in from the red line. All the way around to the far corner. Puck came right outside the crease. Don't know if that was a shot or is it blocked away. Florida behind the Montreal net gets a pass to the near circle. Battled again. Sent behind the net. Puck in the far boards. Rodriguez is there for Florida. Now sent behind the net again for Montreal. Now the Canadiens finally are going to skate it out. Pass over the red line into the O zone. Looked like they were offside. No call. Sent behind the net. Up the far boards, but not out. Now Florida makes a pass and they dump it in. Into the far circle. A shot. Save. Frozen rebound. Good save by Montembeault off the stick of Kunin. 1-1 on the shots. Shots on goal. All right, a little bit of a late start because of the ceremony for Brad Marchand. Oh, nice TV. All right, I'm going back to Florida. This is ridiculous. They completely missed a play. I don't know what TSN's doing. They were chatting and showing the bench area, and they completely missed a shot on goal. So let's go back to Florida. Now I accidentally reset the clock. It's 2-1, 17-22. Yeah, that was ridiculous. And that puck went into the netting at 17:21. Yeah, I don't. Sorry, I don't know what TSN was doing there. Now we're on the Panthers feed. 2-1 shots on goal, no score, 17:21. They were just showing the benches, then all of a sudden they cut back and the goalie had already made a save. So, all right, Montreal sends it in behind the net of Florida, up the far boards and out. Florida into the far circle. Another shot. That was wide. That was Verhaeghe. Behind the net, wraparound attempt goes wide. I think it was blocked by the defenseman. Behind the net for Montreal. Kept in at the blue line. Florida. Puck gets loose. I think that was Ekblad who... Somebody just said... No, that might have been Bennett. Forsling just tipped it into the netting at 16:39. All right, let me make sure I'm saying that name right, too. Verhaeghe. Okay, Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe. Okay. All right. Still waiting on the draw. Montreal wins it, flips it to neutral ice. Knocked up the near boards to the near circle. Seth Jones is there for Florida. And it's sent out. Skated over the red line into the ozone. Shot on goal. Held on and saved at 16:23 by Montembeault. 3-1 shots on goal now, Florida. Off the stick of Lusternen. Face off. Lundell finally gets it. Yeah. Into the near corner. Stolen actually by Montreal. To the red line. Puck gets stolen. Lundell has it. Lusternen sends it. But it's dug out of the corner by Montreal. Kept in by Reinert. And now going the other way for Montreal. Touched up behind the net into the near corner. And the puck is just sent out. Montreal has it. They finished a line change. Taken by Engstrom and dumped in. Kept in by Anderson. He takes it into the far corner. Sends it to the near corner. Puck goes loose out of the zone. Down the length of the ice for icing on the Panthers at 15:27. 3-1 shots on goal. Florida, but no score as of yet. Rodriguez, the guy who tripped Jarvis on the Canes in overtime and sent him in to the goal post, and he's out injured. Rodriguez lost the draw. Montreal keeps it in. Sent behind the net. Puck is loose. Florida sends it out. Taken at the red line by Montreal. And Engstrom skates it into the near corner. Picked up by Florida. And there's a whistle because a Panther penalty. Possibly a high stick as Bolduc was high sticking on Florida. Number 26. Balinski's. All right, penalty, 15:09, power play for the Habs. So Montreal has the 5-on-4 man advantage. Face off in the near circle on Florida's end. Ekblad cleared it to center ice. Montreal takes over. Suzuki's pass goes off the far boards. And Florida ends up dumping it into the near corner. Panthers are 6th in penalty kill. I missed the Montreal. Hey, Trisk, thanks. Behind the net, Montreal has it. Blue line keeper. Somebody fell down. Far circle. Suzuki behind the net. Gets it to the near corner. Scooped up by Caulfield. And puck must have gone into the netting. 14-25. Hey, Trisk, thanks. Appreciate the support. I would have done the opposite. I'm rooting for Montreal. I think Florida will win. I don't want the Panthers to win their 3rd in a row. Seth Jones clears it down the length of the ice. Oops, sorry. I messed up the period. I'm going to have to fix that. Dang it. I didn't realize I dragged on to the overtime thing. Sorry about that. 14:02 to go in the first. Now under 14. Oh, and I screwed up the penalty then. Dang it. All right, we still got 44 seconds on the power play. Yeah, that got hosed because of my mistake. All right, under 13:45 to go. 33 seconds left on the Montreal power play. They still have not registered a shot on goal. Yep, Happy New Year to you too, Trisk. Thank you. All right, Montreal. Gallagher into the near corner. Back to the blue line. Long shot deflected wide into the far boards. Another blast. That was a kick save by off the stick of Texier. Far circle. Penalties over. Backhander saved. Believe it's going to be 4-2 shots on goal. Man, maybe not. And TV thinks so. There we go. All right, penalty is over. Power play was 0 for 1, and I don't think they had any shots on goal because that Texier shot was after it expired, I believe. All right, pass to the red line, dumped in by the Panthers into the near corner. Marchand is there. And let's see. He has it in the far corner, near corner, makes a good pass to the slot. Blocked out of there by Montreal on a shot attempt. And now they send it behind their own net, up the far boards, but we got a whistle at 12:18. All right, well, 12:18 to go. We got the under 14 media timeout. I would need the play-by-play to see what the whistle was for. Boo. Penguins, Sid the Kid. Crosby gets his 21st from Raquel and Rust. 1-0 Penguins. 8:45 to go in the first. Come on, Hurricanes. Maple Leafs hosting the Devils in Toronto. 8:40 to go in the first. No score. Islanders Blackhawks on NHL Network. If you have it, I would get blacked out because of the local. And we will have Flyers Canucks later tonight. Eastern Canadian teams. Do you like the Western? Yeah, no, I can't stand Florida. No, I don't. I don't even have hats for every team. I just really like the Canadiens. I've always liked the logo. The red. I got the white jersey a long time ago in the 90s, and I always wanted the red jersey. It's like my favorite jersey. It's kind of between them and the Blackhawks red for my favorite jersey. Yeah, the Penguins, no lead is safe for the Penguins. They've been choking leads away all year. Why does my chat always freeze on my tablet? There we go. Now I got it working. All right, now we're back from commercial. Oh, that's a cool penguin in the thing, too. That's way better than what I get, like just normal, trying to set up the... I guess it's only in the chat. Yeah. We know. You honored Brad Marchand. I wanted to watch the Montreal feed, but they missed a face-off, and I said enough's enough. All right, dumped in by Florida after they won the draw. But it's already out. Montreal into the O-zone. How was that not offside? Into the near corner. Florida gets it immediately out. Over the red line and a dump in. Into the far corner. Petrie briefly had it, but now Montreal has it. Bolduc sent it ahead. And it's dumped in by... Oh, man, I forgot how to say that guy's name. I'll have to look that up. It might have been Engstrom. Zakai, I think, is the other, how you say it. I'll have to look that up. All right, behind the net to Seth Jones. Screw that guy. He was terrible for the Hawks. Dumped, but at least they got Spencer Knight in that deal. All right, dumped in. Behind the net, Montebo plays it now, waits. And it's sent out. Up the far boards to Suzuki. He centers it. Nice shot, save into the netting. Great shot there by Texier off a great dish by Suzuki. How is that not a shot on goal? Yeah, Reinert sent a backhander. I think that was the fourth shot. Oh, this one was blocked. Okay. I thought he saved it. 11-11 to go in the first period. And we get a false start on the draw. Canadiens logo reminds me of the Reds. And the Reds reminds me of the Bengals. And Bengals reminds me... Yeah. Oh, and the Bears. The Bears looks like a toilet seat cover. Or the, you know... Big rebound off a blue line shot. That might have been blocked, though. Under 11 minutes to go. Chicago Bears, that is. Far circle. All right. Finally, the Canadiens. Nope, they still don't get it out. Florida keeps it in. Backhander is blocked, though. Now they send it out to the red line. Cross-ice pass into the near corner for Texier. Reinert scooped it up behind the net, though. Reinert up the boards, kept in at the blue line by the Habs, and a long shot deflected off the boards to the side of the net, and a frozen puck by Florida's goalie Tarasov. For sure, like a public one, you know. And it's like doesn't match up. Yeah, this one I know it's got the stylized C at the top and it pinches together. I know it's a little weird, but I've always liked it. I like the blue with the blue stripe through the red in the middle for their home jerseys. Shot is blocked. Another try. Another pass goes right through everybody into the netting. Must have been deflected at 10:20. They did finally add a shot on goal for Montreal. 4-3 Florida. No score, though. 4-3 shots on goal, Florida. No score. What happened on this one? Pass went... Who deflected that? I didn't... Gosh, both of these TV coverages are terrible. They show replays so long they don't even get back for faceoffs. Pass to the far boards. Montreal with the puck in the far circle. Tough angle shot. Big save. Of course, by Tarasov, taken behind the net for Montreal. Under 10 minutes to go, opening period. Another shot that looked like it was blocked, maybe by Bennett of Florida. To the blue line by Slafkovsky. Now it's shot from another tough angle. Might have been blocked or off the side of the net. We'll see if they add a shot on goal. And... yeah, not the cover, toilet seat. Yeah. I may have said cover by mistake. All right, Montreal behind their own net. Shots are 4-4. Waiting for a breakout is Carrier. Now it's up the near boards. Glove down by Florida. Picked up by Nope, they're going to whistle. I guess because of the knocking it down with the glove. Maybe because it was at the neutral ice and not in the defensive zone. At any rate, 9:12 to go, opening period. And that is the under 10 media timeout. Oh, yeah, we need to check on the scores. All right, the Maple Leafs, McMahon's 12th. On the power play, puts the Leafs up on the Devils 1-0 in Toronto. Still 1-0 Penguins on Crosby's 21st. Yeah, we got to be getting close to halfway through the season. I know we're in the upper 30s. Oh yeah. Detroit's played 40. So this year we're still playing 82. Next year they're going to play 84, which is nuts. I remember when they did that in the 90s for a little bit. Rangers are halfway. They have played 41. Gracie, hello. Congrats again on Buffalo's 9th straight. Wow, they're even with the Panthers. Yeah, we got to root against the Panthers then for sure. As if we weren't already. What was I going? Oh, so the Rangers are halfway through the season. There's a handful of other teams that have played 40. So we're getting real close to being halfway through the season. This West is I cannot believe the Avalanche 29-2-7. And the Stars are 25-7-7. It's just unbelievable. All right, we'll look at the standings later. All right, let's make sure we're live too. Was on Florida pregame, realized I don't want to see the Brad Marchand ceremony. Switched to Montreal. Quickly they missed a face-off, and then I switched back to Florida. All right, puck is in the near corner. 9 minutes to go. Behind the Florida net now. Knocked into the near corner again. And, well, Montreal still can't get a shot. And Florida sends it out. To the far circle. Pass goes through everybody to the near boards. Near corner. Florida shot. Big save. Big rebound. And luckily they jump on the puck and get it out. Gallagher for Montreal. Good save by Montembeault. Skated out by McCullough. He dumps it in. Into the near corner. Pass gets deflected towards the crease, and it's frozen by Montembeault at 8:16. Excuse me. I forgot to see what football games I get in the Chicago area Sunday. I don't even know if I get the Packer game, if I even want to do it, because they're not going to start anybody. All right, Deneau to take the face-off for the Habs. Won by the Panthers. Shot was blocked into the near corner. Rodriguez sent behind the net. Rodriguez gets it back. He sends one to the net. That is saved into the far boards. Behind the net. Florida to the point. Long shot was deflected. Another shot. I don't think these are getting through. They're all getting blocked. Behind the net for the Panthers, that is Samoskevich. Back to the blue line. That shot is blocked. Montreal over the red line. Deneau. Oh, that's right. Deneau, former LA King. Yeah, I forgot they made that trade. That's where I knew that name from. Taken behind the net. Florida, well, now they'll take it right back behind their net as they get a line change and they wait. Somebody came fresh off the bench, picked up the puck, skated over the line. That was Forsling into the near corner for Verhaeghe. And now Montreal counters and dumps it in. Still 5-4 shots on goal, Florida. And no score in the game. Back to the blue line. Keeper by Montreal into the near corner. Pass deflected right outside the crease. Shot. What a save by Tarasov. Behind the net. Yeah, point blank. Almost too close. Just tried to do a stuff attempt, but he blocked it up nicely. Puck is in the near corner. Sent back to the blue line. Cross ice pass into the far circle. Montreal still has it. Long puck possession into the near circle. Centering pass gets deflected behind the net, right outside the crease, and finally sent out by Florida. Just under 6:10 to go. Opening period. Montreal takes it behind their own net. Yep, they did give 2 shots on goal to Montreal. 6-5 now. Puck comes loose into the crease. Frozen puck by Tarasov of Florida. And we get the under 6 media timeout. This date, last month, the Sabres were 8.5% to make the playoffs. But now today's date, they have 47.6. Yeah. And that East is wide open. Like, the West is so top heavy, and there's so many bad teams at the back. I mean, like, nobody's technically out of it, but the Hawks and the Jets are 7 points out, and they have all the teams to pass. Meanwhile, but look at the West, 45 for the Capitals, 40 for the Blue Jackets, who are finally above 500 again. But again, all these teams to pass in between. But yeah, Buffalo right there. Oh, and they're even on goal differential too. Good home record for Buffalo. Come on. And they're only 1 under 500 on the road, 8-9-2. Again, 9-1 in their last 10. Not winners of 9 straight. Unreal. They've played 38. Washington's played 39, and Washington's playing. Aren't they playing tonight? No, they're playing tomorrow. Yeah, the Caps are playing tomorrow, I think. Penguins 3-0. Holy cow. Crosby, Brazeau, Mantha. And it's 3-0. Still 1-0 Leafs. Hey, Blue Jay. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Yeah, go Habs. I can't stand Florida, too. Pardon all the Panther fans. I just don't want them to win 3 straight, and I'm still upset about Jarvis getting injured for the Canes. 5-1 giveaways, Montreal, according to Florida TV. All right, we got 6-6 on the shots now, too. Puck is taken behind the Florida net, up the far boards, and finally out. And Lusternen tries to make a pass. It's stolen by Montreal over the red line, into the near circle, towards the net, centered it to nobody, to the Panthers. That was Matheson. Now Reinert gets it over to Lusternen. And again, Montreal steals it. Kapanen dumps it in. It's chased into the far corner by Gallagher. Now behind the net. Panthers trying to get it out. And a backhanded pass towards the right wing area, sent in behind the net. Under 4:50 to go in the opening period. Montreal sends it out. Florida sends it back to the neutral zone. Up ahead, Rodriguez with the puck. Boo him. Shot from the blue line. A glove save held on by Montembeault with 4:36 to go. 7-6 shots on goal, Montreal. Man, it is chilly in the house. I think I'm going to have to put the Montreal jacket on. I hope Sabres make the playoffs. It would be nice to see. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, their win streaks, that's interesting. Started on the road. Unbelievable, though. 9 straight. Wow. That hit off of Montebo's chest, popped into the air, and he still concentrated and had good hand-eye coordination and gloved it. Didn't give up a rebound. Very fortunate. Montreal wins the draw, sends it to the red line. It's dumped in behind or into the near corner. I don't know if that's Bolduc or can't see the number. Yeah, it is Bolduc. He trips. Rodriguez sends it behind the net. Oh, Dano nearly had a wraparound. He shoots. Big save. Rebound. Oh, my gosh. They missed a golden opportunity. Oh, that was a dangerous hit in the corner. That should have been boarding maybe. Long shot wide of the net. Montreal in the far circle. How did none of these go on net? Red line keeper skated back into the zone by Engstrom. Another trip, it looked like. No call. Have to see the replay, though, on that one. Maybe he just dove on his own to get the puck. Sent in again by Montreal. Texier missed it. Florida sent it briefly ahead. Montreal has it in their own end again. Caulfield behind the net, up the near boards. Long pass to center ice. Jones misplayed it. Texier has it into the near boards. Texier hits Jones. Caulfield into the near corner. Marchand is there. He gets a pass, and Florida skates it out to the red line and dumps it in. But from Verhaeghe. Or Varhage. To the far corner. Under 3 minutes to go. Opening period. No score. In Sunrise, Florida. Carrier has the puck pinned. Finally dug out. Montreal with the puck to the red line. Dumped in by Caulfield. Into the far corner. Centering pass. Back to the point. Long shot. Big rebound. Nobody could get it in time. Canadian lost his helmet. He picks it up. To the far circle. Maybe not. Or is that a glove? Pass to the far. No, they couldn't keep it in. They'll have to regroup. Florida trying to get a line change. And, of course, Montreal offside at 2:16. How? It wasn't their own end. Matheson. Did he lose his glove? Yeah, it was something dark. Somebody must have lost a glove. Unless it was a Panther who lost a helmet. Sabres are stacked with great young talent. Hope they figure it out. Yeah, for sure. They have some exciting play. Okay, Montreal did pick up a shot on goal. They've had so many opportunities and cannot cash in and solve. Yeah, they've had more possession. 9:39 to 7:28. You know, that's possession time. That might be in the O-zone, yeah. All right, Florida has it. Long shot saved into the near corner. Samoskevich on the shot, 72.2. Sent out by Montreal. Florida into the far corner. They skated around their own net, over the blue line, over the red line. Lost the puck. Picked up by Kapanen. Greer tried to get it out of there. Montreal maintains the possession. Back to the blue line. Carrier off the boards. Nearly hit the ref. Florida sends it out. And then down the length of the ice. But, yeah, no icing. Didn't reach far enough. Picked up by Hudson. Oh, yeah, Hudson's really good. Haven't called his name yet tonight. Ekblad sends it to the near boards. A pass and dumped in by Reinert into the near corner. Montreal gets it out over the red line and dumped it in. Behind the net into the near corner. Picked up, taken out by Lundell and dumped in to the far corner by Florida. Lundell tries to get it. Knocked away by Montreal. Out of the zone at the red line. Marchand loses it, but Seth Jones takes it into the far circle. Sends it up the far boards. Pass gets by Florida behind the net. This could, nope, no icing. Sent up and out by Montreal down the length of the ice. And this is icing on the Canadiens at 22.2. Sabres 10 win will be kind of hard. They're playing against the Stars. Yeah, Stars are tough. Agreed. Derek. Hello. Thanks for being here. Appreciate the chat. Hello to Gracie. Hello to Blue Jay Man. Hello. Or Blue Jay M. Trisk. And we'll get more in a minute. All right. Face off Montreal behind their own net. Under 20 seconds to go. At the red line. It's dumped in by Montreal. Wait, they called that icing? How? All right, another draw or another face-off in Montreal's end. I didn't understand that one being called icing. Yeah, screw Seth Jones. He was such garbage for the Hawks. Yeah, I'm glad they got a goalie out of the deal. Long shot for the blue line, saved, but held on with 4.8. That might have been wide of the net. But we bet good teams, so. Yeah, hopefully they can beat the Stars. I'm all for that. Shot, oh, brother. They just will not end this period. 2.9 seconds to go. Off the draw and another shot and another. Oh, no. We're redoing it. All right, I guess we're redoing the draw at 4.8. Oh, for fudge's sake. Drop the puck and be done with this. 9-7 shots on goal. Wait, we didn't get a penalty, did we? No. Texier heads to the bench. Could we please get this draw? Suzuki against Bennett on the faceoff. Finally, it counts, I guess, and that's the end of the period. Good grief. That was insane. All right, we start the clock. No score after one. And we'll check in on the other scores. Ooh. Gotta sit up straight, crack the back a little bit. All right, in the poll, 13 votes, it's close. 54% for the Canadiens, 46% for the Panthers. All right, first intermission, Maple Leafs up 1-0. Devils will continue a power play, still 1:29 to go when they resume in the second period. That was McMahon's 12th on the power play from Robertson on his 10th assist at 14:21. No score, of course, in this game. And 3-0 Penguins up on the Hurricanes in Pittsburgh. On jeepers, what has gone wrong with the Hurricanes lately? Crosby's 21st. Brazeau's 12th. Mantha's 13th. That was a power play goal. Islanders, Blackhawks, still about 45 minutes till the start of that one. And we will have the final game of the night, Flyers, Canucks, for you tonight. It's 9:05 Central. Live stream begins. All right, 9-7 shots on goal, Panthers. 13-8 face-offs for the Habs. 0 for 1 on the power play, Montreal. Yeah, just the one high stick penalty. Belinsky's got Bolduc on a high stick. 9-4 hits, Florida. 6-4 blocked shots, Florida. 6-3 giveaways, Montreal. 2-0 takeaways, Montreal. This is game one of the 3-game season series. Game 2 in Montreal, January 8th, and Game 3 back in Montreal again, but not until April 7th. All right, those games are at intermission. We were looking at the standings. Got the Red Wings 49 points, Lightning 47, Canadiens with 46, Hurricanes with 51, but they have been struggling lately. Now they are 7-2-1, and they've won 2 straight. All right. I think I did the game they lost in overtime, though. That was the Florida game. They have 51. Islanders with 46. Flyers with 45. Wildcards currently, Capitals 45. Panthers 44. Sabres 44. They have one less win than Florida. I think that is the tiebreaker. What are they showing? Is this... Oh, Marchand's family. All right, time to go back to Montreal. I don't want to see this garbage during intermission. Maybe I'll give the Montreal feed again another chance. Not seeing Brad Marchand honored. All right, enough of that. Rangers at 43 points. Again, they're great on the road at 14-7-2. For whatever reason, they struggle at home. They're 5-10-3. Can't figure that out. They just can't score at home. So, yeah, again, Devils 42, Bruins 42, Penguins 41, Senators 41, Leafs 40, Blue Jackets 40. Like, nobody's really out in the Eastern Conference. I guess not in the West, but it's just like some of these teams have been playing so bad most of the year. I don't know. The whole wild card chase, I feel like it's just been up and down seasons. I guess the Kings and the Sharks have been playing better. Very weak, I feel like, after the wild card teams. Like 39 points gets you third in the wild card, third and fourth, and that wouldn't even be top 10 in the East. That's crazy. So at any rate, as mentioned, 65 points for Colorado, 29-2-7, just unreal. Haven't lost in regulation in Denver, Colorado yet. 2 losses on the road. They have an overtime loss in their last 10 games. 9-0. They've won 8 straight. I didn't realize they had won 8 straight as The Bills last home game in the stadium until we play our... Oh, yeah. Is that this Sunday, or did they already play it? I should look at the schedule. Yeah. All right, 65. Stars, 57. Wild, 54. Wild playing well. They're 8-1-1, and they can't gain ground on the 2 teams ahead of them in the division. 6-2-2. 16, 17, 12, and 14. I guess they've gained 3 points on the Stars, but not anything on... They've lost a point to Colorado in the last 10. And then the Pacific, much more competitive. 46 for the Oilers, 45 for the Knights, 44 for the Ducks. Kings and Sharks each with 41 points. Kings have 1 game in hand on the Sharks. Oh, it was Sunday. Okay, gotcha. Thanks. At any rate, Kings and Sharks. Man, Sharks are minus 16. Good gravy. The Blues are minus 37. How? Worst team in the East is -12, and that's the Blue Jackets. The Lightning are somehow +25. That's insane. But look at Colorado, +66. Oh my God, they are just on fire. I can't get over what a start they're on. It's got to be some sort of record-breaking pace. I know the records aren't really comparable since, ties are gone and you get a point for an overtime or shootout loss, so that, inflates the more modern numbers, but still. Yeah, so top to 30, Kraken and Mammoth 39, Predators and Flames 38, also the Blues 38, Canucks 35, Jets and Blackhawks 34. Can't really see those bottom three moving up. Can't really see the next three. I figure unless a major collapse or somebody gets hot, you got to figure it's got to come out of Kings, Sharks, Kraken, Mammoth for those final two wild playoff spots, the wild cards. Because there are some bad teams here. Yeah, they're all minus goals and differential. Mammoth are the only +3. Yeah, I would, just based on that, I would think it'd be Kings, Mammoth getting in over Sharks, Kraken. But Sharks are a young, exciting team that, they may have something in store. 53 seasons, that's nuts. Yeah, Packers have played in Lambeau since 1957, and of course it's had major renovations from time to time too to expand the seating, and the last one was for the scoreboards. So that's a long time. 53. Yeah. So Lambeau's even older. The Bears, that shouldn't even count as Soldier Field, as they just tore it completely down and rebuilt it inside the columns. But I hear you. All right, here's the schedule coming up. I'm going to take a quick break. I know it's jam-packed tomorrow. We'll have 3 hockey games, and in the between, we'll have a Central Florida versus Texas Tech women's basketball game to celebrate New Year's and finish off 2025 with a bang. Been at it just over 11 months. Started the channel late January. Blackhawks game on a Sunday night, probably up against playoff football. But yeah, thanks so much for supporting the channel. Hope you're enjoying the live stream. If so, please hit that like button and consider hitting subscribe to hitting that subscribe button on the channel. Doing one or both does help with getting the channel recommended to other potential viewers, which will help me grow the channel, and I thank you all for your support. All right, let us get a little bit of music queued up as we wait out the rest of the intermission. All right, be right back. Thanks. All right, we're back. We're back. I know we're a little late. Hopefully it didn't start yet. Sorry for the delay. Thanks for the water. Excuse me. All right. Opening draw, center ice, underway. Montreal in white going right to left. Florida in red going left to right. Dumped in by Florida into the near corner. Marchand sends it behind the Montreal net. And it's sent out by Montreal, but we got a whistle at 1943. Excuse me. All right, we're on the Montreal feed. I may have to go back to Florida's, though. Yeah, they are zooming in on Texier for no reason and not showing the puck. This is terrible. Florida keeps it in. Stolen by Montreal. To the near boards. Dumped in. Knocked down at center ice. And a dump in by Montreal. Off the netting. Yep, I am going back to Florida. The camera work and the cutting by the director is just terrible for this Montreal feed tonight. I don't know what the deal is. All right, slight delay as we wait for the feed to kick in. All right, there we go. Back underway. 19. Yeah, we're caught up. 19 minutes to go now. Sent out by Montreal down the length of the ice. Another icing. Yeah, apologies. I just had to get out of that. I don't know. Usually I have no trouble with the Canadian or the Canada TV feeds, but I don't know what the Montreal crew is doing tonight, or TSN. Maybe it's the other one that's better. The Saturday night one. All right, face-off kept in after they won it by Florida. Ekblad in the near boards. Puck gets free. Montreal makes a pass. They take it to the far circle, pass to the near circle. Hudson passes it. Greer sends it behind his own net. Montreal up the near boards, kept in at the blue line, but taken away. Florida. Greer dumps it, and then actually Ekblad dumped it in. Behind the net, near corner, chipped out by Montreal, knocked down, and sent right back in by Samoskevich, and a whistle must have gone into the netting or the crowd at 18:05. Yeah, Happy New Year's, everybody. A little early. We'll be sure to wish you all Happy New Year tomorrow or the next 2 days. All right, they just kicked out the former king, Danault, from the draw. Rodriguez lost it for Florida. Montreal sends it up the near boards. They beat out the icing into the far corner. That was Anderson. Haven't called his name all night. Sent out by Florida into the O-zone. Behind the net, Rodriguez battling for the puck. Into the far corner. Montreal takes it behind their own net. Dumped in by Montreal from the red line to the far corner. Pass goes up the far boards. Montreal trying to get a line change. They have it in their own end. Dump it in again. Gallagher in the near corner. No shots on goal yet recorded this period. There's a shot and a save and held on. That was saved by Tarasov, of course, at 17:06. Yeah, agree, Blue Jay. You haven't seen the Sabres make the playoffs. Ouch. Sorry, Gracie. This is the year, yeah. They've really turned things around nicely. Ever since they fired the GM, right? Funny how those things work out. Dumped out by Florida. Dumped right back in by Montreal. Sent up into the ozone, but Montreal has it. Passed to the blue line. Dumped in again by Florida. Oh, that's right. They did get a shot earlier. Forgot to do it. Taken behind the net. Montreal to the near boards, under 16.5. Up ahead. Trying to get it to the near corner. That's... Who is that? I've never heard that name. Blaze? B-L-A-I-S? I'll have to look that up. All right, puck in the far corner now. Behind the Florida net. Wrap around. Gets knocked away. Shot from the slot was wide. Suzuki rebound shot. And Seth Jones in the face of, I think, Gallagher. Yeah, it's Gallagher. 16:03. Shots are still 9-8. I guess Montreal didn't register one there. I guess everything was wide or blocked. Yeah, I hope the Sabres make it this year. Yeah, maybe a trade. Alexei? Hello. Thanks for being here. All right, play continues. I got caught up in the chat. My apologies. Under 15:50 to go. Florida finally gets it out over the red line and dumps it in. And behind the net, big hit. Montreal gets it out. Still no shots on goal in the second for Florida. Only one for Montreal. They dump it in. Behind the net, that is the goalie, Tarasov. Now Florida skates it out over the blue line. Pass into the ozone on net, taken behind by Montreal. That's Zakai. And sent down the length of the ice behind the Florida net. Montreal stops it in the corner, though, and that was Caulfield, and Ekblad passes. Now skated out. Panthers, Bennett gets hit, loses the puck. Montreal player gets tripped, and we got a penalty coming up and a power play. It looks like Ekblad may have tripped. Oh, shoot. Who is that? Demidov. How did I not remember Demidov? I haven't called Demidov's name all night either. Ekblad heads to the box. Oh, a cross check. I thought it was a trip. Yeah. I guess that's a cross check. At any rate, it's a 2-minute minor penalty on Aaron Ekblad. Montreal to the power play. They have the 5-on-4 man advantage. 6-0 with the new GM. Okay, so the win streak started before the new GM. Okay, gotcha. I got that crossed up. Montreal wins the draw, but it's out of the zone. They are 0 for 1 with just one shot tonight. Taken behind the net. Now finally out of the zone. Texier. Bolduc missed it, and it's cleared by Florida. They got a 2-on-1 shot wide of the net, fortunately for Montreal. They take it out of the zone. Gallagher drop pass over the red line. Shot saved and cleared down the length of the ice for Florida. 14-15 to go in the middle period. Still 1:11 to go on the power play. All right, finally Montreal takes it out from behind their own net. Gallagher pass, near boards. Now they send it behind the net to Suzuki. He knocks it into the near corner. Caulfield centered it. Suzuki sent it wide. Oh, my gosh. Puck into the near corner. Puck is loose in the slot. Knocked right back into the near boards. Suzuki passed to Hudson to the far circle. A shot. Blocker save, or maybe it was high. Yeah, it's down the length of the ice. Under 13 and a half to go. Less than half a minute on the Montreal power play. Pass into the slot. Demidov. Oh, somebody got it. Oh, that was off the bar. I thought they had a goal. I thought Montreal broke through. It was off the crossbar. My bad. Another shot, pass right through the crease. How are they not scoring? Into the near circle. Suzuki shot and a save and held on. Oh, my gosh. They must have hit the crossbar. I thought they had scored. Incredible goaltending by Tarasov. Yeah, great. So the Florida TV shows the shorthanded shot that was wide for Florida. Oh, my gosh. Caulfield hit the crossbar. Unbelievable. I thought Demidov was going to get the rebound and tuck it in. Oh, my gosh. It almost went off a skate and a stick, and Florida kept it out. 4 seconds to go on the power play. Near circle draw. And barely kept in by Montreal after they won it. Behind the net to Suzuki. We're back to 5-on-5. Anderson's shot was wide, 75.3 miles per hour. Behind the Montreal net, up the far boards to the red line, but taken over by Florida. And behind into the far corner, Florida makes a hit. Montreal, Deneau sends it over to Bolduc, who dumps it into the far boards. And into the far corner. Florida takes over. Pass to the far side. Backhander blocked into the far corner. Deneau with the puck. Makes a pass to Bolduc, who tries to pass it ahead to... Let's see, who was that? Oh, we got a whistle. Under 14, media timeout, 12:07. No score. Montreal hit the crossbar on the power play. That's as close to a goal as we have been. 6-0, yeah. And 9 straight now. Canucks are looking to trade our best player on the team. Oh, you already traded Quinn Hughes. At this point, I support it. Yeah, I hear you. What do I think of Kapanen? Yeah, I haven't done a ton of Montreal games. Let's put it that way. Kapanen, right? Number 91. Haven't really called his name much tonight, I think. 91? Gallagher, Caulfield. Carrier. Yeah. I don't know. Montreal, let's see. You like Kapanen. More offense. Who? Yeah. Hold on. Oh, I'm thinking of Lusternen on Florida. Gosh darn it. Why am I blanking? Oh, Fowler was scratched. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't do too many. I try to do as many Canadiens games as I can, but I'm a Kings fan first and Hurricanes second. Then I guess Buffalo. If the Blackhawks do good, fine, but I can't watch their games. I'm blacked out. And then the Canadian teams, all of them. What is Bolduc's upside? I think he's looked all right. I don't know. I'm not an expert on the Canadiens. But I do appreciate the question. If anybody in the chat can chime in with their opinion, that's greatly appreciated as well. All right. We got another whistle at 12:02. Puck went into the netting. They took a shot away from Montreal. Yeah, probably the one that hit the bar. Maybe they thought it was deflected by the goalie, and it wasn't. Tarasov. Face-off, just taken by Florida, dumped in side of the net, played out to the blue line, taken by Gallagher up the near boards. Petrie sends it around for Florida. Shot was blocked. Montreal at the red line tries to dump it in again. Now they gave them the shot back. All right, what is 10-9? Dang, official scores. Petrie pass for Florida, and they were offside. Man, this game has had a lot of starts and stops. It was delayed, too, by the Brad Marchand thing. Kikalainen. Oh, the GM. Yeah, we should ask Gracie. I think she's in favor of the new GM for sure. Again, the winning streak did start before the firing, but it's continued under the new leadership. All right, puck into the near boards. I'm just a talking head. I'm trying to describe what's going on the TV. I'm no expert. Maybe for the Packers or the Kings. That maybe. That's a big maybe. All right, puck in the near boards. Finally, nope, still in the near boards. Demidov kept it in at the blue line for Montreal. Behind the net, big hit. Puck is loose. I should ask you, what do you think of Deneau on Montreal? He didn't do much for the Kings. Blue line, Hudson shot, blocked into the far corner. Montreal, no, they don't get... Ooh, I thought we might have a trip, but Florida chips it to the red line. Montreal sends it right back in. Pass to Hudson, near circle, towards the net, deflected wide, I think, by Texier. Into the far corner, Suzuki battling, finally picks up his stick, and sent out by Reinert. Oh, how are they not offside? And now we got pushing and shoving. Yeah, a hit was delivered on the far boards. I thought for sure Florida was offsides. We got quite a bit of Montreal fans in the crowd. I mean, yes, that's predominantly Florida, but all right, any penalties out of this scrum here? Dobson, maybe? Hopefully not. Whoa, that was a dangerous hit. How was that not boarding on Verhaeghe? How was that not tipped in by Texier? Montreal has had some great opportunities. They're not cashing in. I guess no penalties. That was a dangerous hit by Verhaeghe. I feel like Florida gets away with this crap a lot, too. I mean, they got away with an obvious trip in overtime. That was Rodriguez who tripped Jarvis, and he crashed into the goalpost, and he's out. And they lost the game in the shootout. Habitan, say Alex. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Sent down the length of the ice by Florida, but not far enough for icing. Montreal sets it up. Man, that hitting is really picking up. Texier shot, big save, 80 miles per hour, 80.3. Sent out, though. They couldn't keep it in. Good save by Tarasov. Big Bob's got the night off tonight. Oh, I thought we had a whistle. Nope, we're still going. I got to try to resync the clock. There we go. 9:24. There we go. 13-9, Montreal on the shots. No shots for Florida in the second period. 6-0 Montreal in the shots. No score. Right outside the crease, sent wide again. Florida cannot get it out. Montreal sends it into the far corner. Petrie up the near boards. Kept in again by Montreal. Greer picks the pocket. Still kept in by Montreal. Engstrom along. That was wide of the net, I believe. I don't think that'll be a shot on goal. Into the near boards. Florida skates it to the red line and dumps it in. Rodriguez centers it to nobody, but taken by the Panthers, sent back to the blue line and out. Forsling couldn't keep it in. They dump it in again. Yep, still 13-9 shots on goal. And I think it's Zakai. I'll have to look up how to say it. I remember trying to figure it out last game. Delayed offsides for Montreal. They're back on sides into the O-zone. Shot gets through, but not on target. And that is, I forgot about Valino. He was on the Hawks a little bit last year. First time I see him tonight. Oh, that looked like a trip and another no call. Are they ever going to call Florida for another penalty? They've had one dang penalty in this game. Into the near corner. Behind the net. Montreal still trying to get it out of their own end, though. Yeah, the camera operators are doing a crap job tonight, too. Lundell steals it at the red line, dumps it in. It's behind the net for Montembeault. He can't get it out of the near corner. Shot blocked into the far circle. Back to the blue line, Florida. Long shot was wide of the net. Kept in again by Florida at the blue line. That is Reinert in the far circle. A pass gets through everybody to the near boards. Sent behind by Montreal. Seth Jones gets hit. Florida keeps it in. Puck is loose, and we finally get a call. It's going to be on Hudson of Montreal for tripping at 6:45. Yeah, they've let a lot of crap go for Florida. Oh, man. Hudson. Oh, yeah, Lundell. I'm assuming it's tripping. Well, there has been 2 Florida penalties, but not enough for my taste. All right, Hudson will head to the box. Montreal has to kill their first power play. First power play, 5-on-4 for Florida tonight. Yeah, hello, Alex. Sorry, Alex, I need your team to lose. Sabres are tied with the Panthers. Yeah. Yeah, and especially Florida. Florida's had no shots here in the second period. It's nuts. I think it's finally 7-0 Montreal on the shots. It's crazy. Simbin wants the Habs to win. I hate the Panthers. I do. I'm sorry to all Panthers fans, but it really intensified when Rodriguez. I know I've said it like 4 or 5 times tonight. This is the last time, I promise. It intensified for me when Rodriguez tripped Jarvis. No call. He crashes into the goal post, and he's out. And the kick in the teeth was that they won the game in shootout. Cross-checking on Hudson? Oh, okay. I guess. I thought he tripped him. That wasn't much of a cross-check. I don't know about that call, but whatever. I assumed it was a trip because he fell, but I think he fell on his own volition, and it was the cross-check that hit in the back prior to that. They're letting the Panthers get away with plenty of crap. Might need to switch and just put the Canadiens hat on. Oh, boy. All right, 6:45 to go in the middle. Now they suddenly registered 2 shots for Florida. I don't know where those came from. All right, on the power play, at the point, Seth Jones, shot, high save for Montembeault. He hangs on. We have 6:37 to go. Decent shot by Seth Jones. Well, yeah, 14-12. So they must have had a couple shots, and they just hadn't registered them yet. Screw Seth Jones. He was horrible on the Hawks. He didn't want to be there. Near circle draw. And they kick out Rodriguez. Just drop the puck, man. Nobody cares. Reinert steps in. Montreal wins the draw, and they just get it out to the red line. Under 6.5 to go in the middle period. Finally, Florida's gotten 3 shots on goal this period recently. Off the near board, Seth Jones can't keep it in. It's sent out by Montreal. I think Anderson got a stick on it. All right, Rodriguez over the red line, into the near boards for Reinert. Rodriguez sends it around behind the net to the far boards, and it's going to be knocked out by Deneau. They got Deneau out there for the penalty kill. Pass to the crease, almost tucked in 5-hole. Good save by Tarasov on a short-handed attempt. And Panthers come into the O-zone, have to reset. Bennett with the puck. He loses it. And let's see. Sent in by Velino of Montreal. He takes it over in the near corner. Makes a pass. Oh, he missed. Off the far boards. Florida's got a 3-on-2. Reinert shoots. Big rebound given up into the far boards. Back and out. Nobody kept it in at the blue line. That should be another shot, I think, for Florida. We'll check it out in a minute. Into the near corner. Sent behind the net. Florida back to the blue line. Ekblad keeps it in. To the far boards. Into the far circle. Behind the net again. Ooh, nice near circle shot. Saved. Of course, again, by Montembeault. Power play time is over. Out of the box. Back to the 5-on-5. Deneau makes the pass to Hudson. He's in the far circle. Looking for a trailer shot. Saved into the near boards. And Montreal up the near board. Or Florida up the near boards. Pass to the slot. Knocked down. And, oh, come on. Another Montreal penalty. Are you kidding me? What's with this techie-tack stuff? You keep giving... Florida's getting away with next to murder here. And everything Montreal does gets immediately called. Suzuki heads to the box at 4:23. And we got the under 6 media timeout. What are these refs doing? I don't understand this. Like to see a replay. That looked like just incidental collision there. Whoops. I'm going to check the shots real quick. 16-15 now, according to NHL.com. So Florida goes right back on the power play, hooking on Suzuki hooked Samoskevich. All right, let's catch up on the chat. I'm way behind. Go the inhabitants. Yeah, from French Day. Gotcha. Gee, this is bad this year. Wait, Montreal overachieving? Yeah, they're a young team. Gotcha. Yeah, Habs. Gotcha. Diablos. Oh, shoot. Yeah. Thanks. Waz fourth gives the Leafs a 2-0 lead through 2. Oh, my goodness. 5-1 Penguins. Jeez Louise. So we got Novak, his 7th. Mantha, his 14th, second of the night. Jankowski breaks the shutout. Man, they are struggling. No score in Chicago, Islanders and Blackhawks. NHL Network, if you have it, if you're interested. Devils. Wait. Hope Devils make one trade to improve the team. First round pick. Yeah, well, I love their uniform the best. I don't know if I really have a favorite Canadian team. I'm just rooting for them all. Kind of like the Oilers, since they went to the finals a couple times. Wish the Jets would do something. I mean, and Ottawa too, you know. But yeah, I really do like the Canadiens uniforms, and they have a nice young team. I like Demidov, Suzuki. Hudson's a great player. All right, what happened? The clearing attempt went right into the bench. 3 seconds expired on the clock. 4:20 to go. 1:57 on the power play. Puck went right into the Florida bench off the clearing attempt. Back underway. Man, both of these broadcasts stay at the replay too long and miss face-offs. It's driving me crazy. Seth Jones to the far circle. He gets it back at the point. Shot not on target or blocked into the near boards. Seth Jones has it again to the near circle. Marchand, he passed. Now his shot was wide of the net and taken over by Reinert. Thank you. Into the far circle. Another shot. Marchand tries to jam the rebound, and it's cleared down the length of the ice by Montreal. Man, Florida's TV is terrible. One of the worst. If the Montreal feed wasn't so bad tonight, I'd be watching it, but they were doing a horrible job too. Florida's got to be one of the worst for the U.S. Blue line, Jones makes a pass to Marchand, far circle. Marchand still now down behind the net. Into the near circle, that's Bennett. To the point, Seth Jones. Marchand, far circle, down low again. Cross-ice pass. They were trying to thread the needle to Bennett, and the Montreal Canadiens deflect it down the length of the ice and clear it. Seth Jones picks it up. Still 17-15 on the shots, Montreal, and no score. To the far circle. Good God, follow the puck. Kept in by Florida. Shot from the near circle by Verhaeghe, and a great save and held on by Montembeault at 2:39. Good shot. Oh, they were just wide. That Marchand shot was wide. He tried to go near post, and he flipped it just wide. I don't think it was too high. Samoskevich made a great pass to Verhaeghe, and that was a good shot, but nice save by Montembeault. 16 seconds on the power play. Near circle draw. Oh, wonderful. Behind the net cam. To the blue line. Can't even tell who it is. Near circle shot. Blocked. Into the far boards. Ekblad. He sends it behind the net. Back to the near circle. Lundell. Let's see. Right outside the net. His pass gets away. Back to 5-on-5. Can we please go back to the regular camera before I barf? Sent around. Finally. Good Lord. And it's so jarring when they switch. Now we get a zeroed-in shot of the puck. Picked up by Ekblad behind the net. Florida picked up a shot. Red line dump in by Florida into the near boards. Greer couldn't get it. Dug out in the corner. Back to Seth Jones over to the far side. Mikola sent it around. And Montreal, I think Hudson just sent it behind his own net to Engstrom. collision in the corner. Man, somebody did a flip over the top of Engstrom. Somebody on the Flyers. He was on his knees, and he just did a front flip over him. And Montreal gets it at the red line, sent around, and we are all tied at 17 on the shots and no score with 1 minute remaining in the middle period. Pass sent up the near boards, taken into the far circle, or just up top. Montreal with the puck at the point. That shot is blocked into the netting. Whistle with 48.0 seconds left. No, he dove on his own. He tried to jump over Engstrom. Who the heck was that? That was pretty stupid. 27 on the Panthers. That's Lusternen. That was idiotic. I thought maybe he got hit, but he actually tried to jump over the top of him. Maybe he was fearing a lower leg injury. Face-off won by Montreal at the blue line. Sent around. Dug out by Florida to neutral ice. Rodriguez missed it. Ekblad couldn't get it out. Now it's sent out by Forsling. Montreal behind their own net. Up the far boards, but not out. Kept in at the blue line by Florida. Wide of the net. Into the far corner. Montreal can't get it out. That was close to being too many men on the ice. They had the door open and the puck was there. On Florida with 8 seconds to go. Oh, yeah, Florida has their Winter Classic. That's on TNT Friday night. I will not be doing that game as I don't get it. And then they play Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. So they play every other day. 5 of the next 8 nights, I think. No, 5 of the next 9 nights. Pardon me. All right, Seth Jones behind his net. That should just about do it on the second period. Florida picked up another shot. 18-17. They lead in shots. No score, though. And let's get the timer going for the start of the third period. So pretty good night by both goalies. Not too many opportunities, at least in the first. I don't think Florida had a shot on goal in the middle period. And for the first 13 and a half minutes, Caulfield hitting the crossbar is really the closest we've come to a goal. All right, let me catch up. On the chat. We'll check in on the scores. In Toronto, Maple Leafs 2, Devils 0. In Pittsburgh, Penguins 5, Hurricanes 1. Islanders get the 1-0 lead in Chicago. 11:24 to go in the first. Ritchie's 5th from Holmstrom and Shabanoff. Flyers Canucks tonight after this game. Blue Jay, after losing out on Quinn Hughes, Devils have been looking at Stamkos for some offense. It appears he is happy in Nashville. Oh, I thought I had heard the same thing, that they might be trading him. I didn't know. Oh, thanks for the kind words, Blue Jay. I appreciate it. Oh, yeah, Stamkos. I can't talk. Too many games in the last 2 days. This is going to be a rough week. I probably will not be able to enunciate for crap. He's past his prime. Well, if the Devils need power play help, he can still help on the power play. That's all I'll say. Valid point. We have a pretty decent GM. Let's see what he comes up with. Oh no, I love the Wings logo. Believe me, it was much easier to get Wings gear now that they're in the Eastern Conference. I used to hate. Oh, it helped when Probert became a Hawk too. I used to hate Probert so much, and then he's a Blackhawk, and you're like, oh, okay, well, he's one of us now. But hey, Taylor, how's it going? Excuse me. Oh, thanks, Sinbin Admin. Yeah, I'm sorry, Taylor. I know I accused you of trolling me when it was really certain someone else that was the problem in the end. What a heel turn that was. But yeah, I apologize. Just butting heads on Lions Packers, I think. No worries. Water on the bridge. Water under the bridge on my end, at least. I'm glad you're still here. And I didn't turn you off or, tick you off enough that you stopped. All right. So, no score after 2. I mean, pretty good night by the goalies, but not a ton of scoring opportunities, if being honest. Montreal, I think, has kind of carried the play. Power play unit kind of woke up the Panthers. They still can't score either, though. At any rate, they already took a shot away for Florida, so I need to fix that. There we go. 17-17 shots on goal. Face-offs 24-17 in favor of Montreal. Both teams 0 for 2 on the power play. 21-10 on the hits. Florida 9-8 block shots. Florida 11-7 giveaways Montreal. 4-0 takeaways Montreal. First game of a 3-game season series. Next, the game 2, game 3 will be in Montreal. That'll be January 8th. And then they get 3 months almost until game 3 in April 7th. I was hoping they'd do scoring chances. They don't have that on their stats on the TV. Yeah, just everything I've got right here. That's all they're doing. All right, back to the scoreboard. Maple Leafs just about to get underway again. 8:28 to go in Chicago in the first. Still 1-0 Islanders. Oh, yeah, and then the poll, 27 votes, 70% for Montreal. Holy cow. 30% for Florida. Yes, thank you all for watching. Well said, Simbin Admin. No, man, Detroit caught some bad breaks. A lot of injuries on defense. I hear you. It's been a strange football season. Let's put it that way. What was I gonna do? I forgot. I was gonna do something. Dang it. Lost my train of thought. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing Sunday yet. Light schedule Saturday. Sinbin Sun 2 will be here. But we will have Flyers Canucks later tonight. Lots of live streams in the next 3 days, though. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Triple header in hockey the next 2 days. Double header Friday. Trying to work in some men's and women's college basketball. We'll have Central Florida and Texas Tech. Texas Tech is number 21 in the country and undefeated. Central Florida is like 8-4, so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully my voice holds up. Hopefully we won't have to I don't think we'll have to cancel anything. Thoughts on O'Reilly, true center, and would be cheap to pick up in a trade. Oh, that's for Alex, the Devils fan. Wait, yeah. Yeah, I guess Nashville would make some trades. Not sure who else. Obviously, Blue Jay mentioned Vancouver probably going to be sellers at the trade deadline too. Yeah, we were looking at the standings earlier. Yeah, so Flyers, Canucks tonight. Rangers, probably easier if I just bring this up. Rangers, Caps, get us started tomorrow, 11:30 Central. That game's too early. So between the 3 o'clocks, I went with Lightning, Ducks. Jet, because, Sharks, I don't know, I get tired. I do so many Sharks games. The Wild will probably crunch them. Jets are terrible. Wait, those are the 3 o'clock games. Then I didn't go with a 6 o'clock or a 5:30 because we're going to do the 8:30 game. And we went with Bruins Oilers over Flyers Flames. And then I was going to look for a men's basketball game, but there were none at 6 or 5, No, 5:30 would have been too early, and just the women's game was then. Then on New Year's Day, January 1st, Capitals again. They have 2 early games. At home and then in Ottawa. Start off with that at noon. I don't get this game at 2 anyways, or this 6 o'clock. Had to pick between... I ended up just going with the Kings at 6. That's why. Strange start time for the Kings. 4 local on New Year's Day. And then the only 9 o'clock game, Predators Kraken, blacked out from the Blackhawks game too. Canadiens Hurricanes might be a good one, but I think Lightning Kings will be a good one too. Friday, don't get the outdoor game. Don't have HBO Max. Do Knights Blues at 2, and then took Wild Ducks. Normally don't do 9:30, but wanted to do one instead of Kraken Canucks. Pardon the Canucks. Wild Kings, 8 o'clock Saturday. Man, I don't know. You would think so. They could use some help. They got rid of Deneau. I don't even know what they got for Deneau. He's on Montreal again. I think they're set at goalie. I think they like Kemper and Forsberg. Man, I'm not a big fan of CC or I think Dumoulin. They could use a defenseman, I think, would be my opinion. Maybe another... Feel like they're kind of scratching around trying to find forward combinations too, but yeah, I don't think Dumoulin is that great. So maybe a defenseman, maybe a forward. Well, they got rid of Deneau. I can't think. Is Deneau listed as a center? So I won't say center then. Yeah, Deneau's a center. So obviously they think they're okay at center. But yeah, maybe I would say defenseman. Because if anybody gets hurt, they're really screwed at defense. The talent drops off outside their top 6. Oh yeah, this is why I went back to the Montreal feed. Got sick of seeing Marchand on the money. Mammoth, I think they're going to be all right. We were looking at the standings earlier, and them and the Kings are, pluses in the goal differential. Whereas the Sharks and Oh, who's next on the list? Excuse me. Let's see. Sharks and Kraken are minus 16. So 18, 19, and 3. Obviously, I don't know. They're above 500 at home, but they're 9, 12, and 2 on the road. I think they'll be all right. Not sure what they need, though. Yeah, I know. I hope. I mean, they're having trouble. Like, the West is getting tough. I mean, I don't see any of these teams in the Central moving. Who is in the Central? Yeah, nobody's challenging these top three in the Central. That's for sure. Mammoth, like I said, could contend, though, for a wild card. I like them as a +3. Oh, Kings are -3, but that's better than -16. Kings just continue, for whatever reason, to struggle at home. 11, 5, and 5 away from LA. 5, 8, and 4 at home. It's just like the Rangers. Only the Canucks are worse at home, and they're good on the road too. They're above 500. Just really strange. Oh, is it open, the GM position? That's a good question. That I don't know. Let me look it up on a different browser. Los Angeles Kings minor league affiliates. Ontario Reign in the AHL. Oh, yeah, I've heard of that. And according to, yeah, Greenville Swamp Rabbits in the ECHL. Those are your LA affiliates. Oh, boy. Oh, crap. I got to take a quick break. I'll be right back. It's getting late. I'll catch up on the chat in a minute. I'll take minimum Canucks GM. Okay, I'll be right back. Thanks, guys. All right, we are back. going to get out of the game and get back in. Yeah, I didn't even know. I had heard of Ontario Reign, but I never knew that their ECHL team was the Swamp Rabbits. I know the Carolina Hurricanes AHL affiliate. That is the Chicago Wolves currently, although the Wolves kind of get moved around a lot. Yeah, 2-0 still Maple Leafs, 5-1 still Penguins, 2-0 Islanders, Horvat's 21st on the power play goal, and the struggles for the Blackhawks continue without the injured Connor Bedard, but Swamp Rabbits, what the heck kind of name is that? Yeah, I know. I got to go look. You're hired. Yeah, I got to go look at that. Blue Jay, are you the one who mentioned to me that Saskatchewan was a good expansion city for NHL? Oh, yeah, we did talk a little bit about that in a couple games. All right. Oh, why were they honoring for him for 1,000 points? He's at 1,024. Would they just have to schedule this one for a home game or something? All right. Montreal is in white going left to right. And they win the draw and dump it in. Florida in red going right to left. Pinned into the near corner. Puck up the near boards. Montreal keeps it in. Shot from the point is saved and sent out. That was Caulfield on the shot. Puck is in the far boards now. Sent to center ice. Picked up by Montreal. That was Dobson. Montreal waiting behind their net. Matheson sends it. Long pass off the near boards. Picked up by Demidov. Knocked into the near corner. Florida chips it out over the red line. That shot was blocked or tipped way wide into the near far corner, pardon me. Sent along behind the net. Kapanen was there to the near boards. Montreal, that's Demidov, who sends it back to his defenseman and heads off for a line change. All right. Dumped in from the red line into the near corner. Battle for the puck. Petrie there for Florida. Montreal digs it out, but Greer takes it over the red line. And do we have another penalty coming up? Apparently we do. 18-20. Who's the call on? Another Montreal penalty. Interference on Engstrom. Well, it'd be nice if they called something ever on Florida. This is getting a little ridiculous. Yeah, he got a punch to the face. I mean, I would probably interfere with a guy who put his fist up into my face. I mean, I guess it could have happened as he interfered, but whatever. All right, Deneau to take the face off for Montreal. They just kicked Bennett out of the draw for Florida. Looks like Rodriguez takes it. Seth Jones at the blue line. Pass to Bennett. Shot blocked into the near board. Shot was blocked by Carrier. Bennett down low, near corner. Back to the blue line, Jones. Far circle, Marchand. He passes to Jones. Long shot wide. Big deflection in the crease. Frozen by Montembeault with 17:56 to go in the third period. 1:36 on the power play. Oh, man, that was deflected by a couple people. That would have been a high stick, though, on Marchand if that had somehow gone in. That was above the post because he's a little guy. All right, face-off won by Montreal. They send it up the near boards and out down the length of the ice. Behind his own net, Tarasov. And finally skated out by Montreal. Bennett in the near boards. Puck is pinned on the boards, loose into the near corner. Reinert fell. He couldn't get to it. Ooh, big hit. Montreal finally clears it. And, man, what is with these camera choices on these shots? I don't understand these broadcasts tonight. Just terrible. Like the worst in the league. Dumped in. Near corner. Bennett sends it. Dug out by Reinert. Cross-ice pass. Marchand to the far circle a pass. That shot by Bennett was saved. Seth Jones faked a shot. He peels back. Centered it up. Long shot. Good pass from Rodriguez to the far circle, and that shot was higher wide. Montreal has it behind the Florida net. Never got a shot on goal, though. And Florida to the red line. How was that on offsides? Deflected off of a stick when Reinert tried to dump it in. Florida takes it behind their own net as the penalty expires. And at the red line, Montreal has the puck. They send it back into their own end. Just over 16 minutes to go in the third. Montreal dumps it in to the near circle, or near corner, pardon me. Texier sends it to the blue line. At the point, long shot. Wide of the target into the near corner. Texier again behind the Florida net. Puck is sent loose into the near corner. Dug out. Well, what happened? We got a whistle at 15:43. What's the call? Oh, another power play. Tripping on Forsling, and the Canadiens head to the power play. Come on, Habs, put this in. Oh, yeah, that was definitely a trip. I missed it live. Tripped Caulfield right outside the net. Pretty obvious call. Gustav Forsling tripping. All right, the Panthers picked up a shot. 20-18. They actually lead in shots after being down like midway through the game after like hardly any shots in the middle period. All right, face off. Montreal keeps it in somehow into the far circle. Now Florida has it. Montreal's 0 for 2 with 4 shots on the power play. Pass returned to right outside the crease. A glove save. Had to hold on for the faceoff by Montembeault. Good save. Shorthanded opportunity there by the Panthers. Lundell, a good pass. Looks like it got deflected by a Habs player before Reinert could tip it in. All right, Montreal wins the draw. Caulfield makes a cross-ice pass over the red line, skated in by Suzuki. Caulfield in the near boards, sends it around. Far boards, back behind the net to Suzuki. Now to Caulfield, blue line. Hudson loses it. Marchand almost had a breakaway. Hudson luckily picked his pocket, and they're back on the attack. Hudson in the near circle. Takes it to the point. Pass to Demidov. Down low into the near corner. Back to Demidov. He's looking down into the near corner again. Pass cross ice to, I assume, Hudson. Far circle. Oh, missed on a shot on a one-timer at the point. That was actually Demidov, not Hudson. Power play under 40 seconds to go now for Montreal as we approach 14:15 to go in the third period. All right, pass. Hey, Trisk, welcome back. Good to see you. All right, Montreal doing nothing on the power play. Bennett dumps it in. Behind his own net, Montembeault to the far corner. Passed over the red line, and this might be icing on Montreal. Oh, I'm shocked they didn't call it. Florida in the near corner. Seth Jones digs it out. Penalty over. Lundell has it near circle, and I think the Panthers were offsides. Might have been Rodriguez's fault as the camera went to him. 13:35, the under 14 media timeout. 20-19, still no score. I did have one game go scoreless into a shootout. Holy cow, I'm way behind. It could be a Winnipeg Jets situation. And the chat. Blue Jay, how about this? Saskatchewan Sasquatch. Yes, that's right. That's weird. Yeah, I remember that. I would buy it too. Yeah, no, I was so mad it's not Utah Yeti. So mad. I know. I feel bad for the Jets. If Winnipeg isn't into the Jets, what are they into? I don't know. What do they got? The Blue Bombers, the CFL team? Googled swamp rabbits and hilarious logo. Monty Python? All right, now I'm intrigued. I'll remember to do that. Go Habs go, says Dan C. Oh, okay. It's terrible weather, too. It's like extremely windy there, I think. Hello, Trisk. Yes, Paul Coffey. He played for Boston, too, later. I think that is the right spelling. Or no. Was it Coffey? Now I'm going to have to look it up. Leafs are up 3-0 on the Devils. What is going on in Toronto? Yarncrocs 5th from Lawrence. Islanders up 2-0 on the Hawks. First intermission. Man, the Hurricanes just getting killed by the Penguins. 5-1 in Pittsburgh. Demi Dobish? Well, I thought that's the goalie Dobish, right? All right, I'll look into it. Sorry. Under 13.5 to go. Tomlin's coaching hockey tonight. All right, puck is in the... Sorry, I lost my train of thought, my brain. Montreal has the puck in their own zone. Pass to, let's see, taken away. Greer in the near boards. He gets hit. Montreal makes a pass to the red line. I thought they were offsides. No call. I feel like they've missed a ton of offsides tonight, but that's a good thing. Pass over the red line. Florida with a 2-on-2. Backhander towards the net. Taken into the near boards. Don't know if that registered a shot. Battle along the near boards. Long shot from the blue line. Deflected into the far circle. There was a big collision there. Right outside the crease. Where was Tarasov going? I wonder if he thought there was a penalty and he was getting pulled for an extra attacker. He was way out of the net. Into the near corner. Forsling finally passes up the boards and they get it out, but taken by the Canadiens over the blue line. Shot from a tough angle, saved into the near board. Somebody nearly knocked the goal over Tarasov. Into the far corner, back to the blue line, kept in by Dobson. Now kept in by Gallagher. Far circle. Gallagher in the far corner. Takes it towards the net. Loses the puck. It's loose and finally frozen. And we got pushing and shoving between Ekblad and Velino. Velino was briefly on the Blackhawks last year. And, good stick lift by Bull Duke to prevent a pretty good attempt there. Who was that? Oh, Kuhn, K-U-N-N, or Kunin, K-U-N-I-N. All right, I don't know what they're trying to show. 21-20 on the shots. They're talking to Paul Maurice, the Florida coach. I don't know why there's such a delay. Yeah, is it Demidov? Okay. Gotcha. I thought, no, Demidov. That's what I've been saying. All right, sent to the blue line. Out. Florida has it. Texier. Canadians have it. Blue line pass. Far circle. And sent out. Florida into the far circle. Pass gets tipped over the net. Into the glass. Sent this way. Wow, somebody's stick went flying for Florida. It was Reinert. Ekblad makes a pass into the far corner. Far circle shot blocked. Past Ekblad. His shot was wide. Taken by Forsling. He kept it in briefly. Montreal has it to the red line, and Montreal goes for a line change. Florida dumps it in to the far boards. Puck, wow, bunch of hits or just collisions, and people fell down. Taken by Montreal. Rodriguez, well, so sad to see him get injured. Not. Slevkovsky had it. And, oh, no, I think Montreal just got a trip, and Florida will be heading to the power play. I think that was on Slevkovsky. Dang it. At 10:05. Well, now Florida heads to the power play. All right, 2 minutes for tripping. Tomlin must be coaching. Oh, Boston. Yeah, Demidov. I don't think it's Demidov, is it? Is it Demidov? I apologize. Blah. Always a delay, a doctor delay in my mind. Gotcha. Yeah. Alrighty. Power play for the Panthers. Bennett does not win the draw. Montreal sends it out. Matheson now it's sent out by Deneau, former King. 0 for 3, 8 shots for Florida, but yeah, you don't want to be killing a penalty this late in the game in a scoreless tie. Marchand takes it all the way around the net to the point, shoots, and it's tipped in and a goal. Dang it. Screw that rat. Screw him. I cannot stand former Boston Bruin Marchand. 1-0 Florida. Power play over. The Rats circled the rink and shot it from the point. I thought Bennett might have tipped it in. Terrible job by Carrier playing defense. Did not clear the crease. Bennett would have been there too. Okay, how many times do we need to see this? Marchand's 23rd on the power play. Bennett and Jones on the assists. Ugh, make me barf. Good night for Tarasov. Pretty good night for Montembeault. Not really his fault. Kind of got screened. Okay, I don't want to see their damn family either. Can we just get on? Yeah, this is my point with I feel like the East is much more boring than the West. That's just what the luck of the draw at 6 o'clock. I thought Montreal game might. Yeah, actually, we did have a pretty good audience tonight for Montreal, so I just can't do Panther games. I hate them too much. Makes me barf when they do well. All right, they have the puck and the 1-goal lead. I appreciate the chat keeping it lively, though. Bachfist. Boy, I haven't called Bachfist's name all night for Florida. Red line, let's see. Bachfist sent. All right, where's the puck, camera? It's all the way in front of the net, and they're showing the line changes. Now we get a shot of the Florida bench for no reason. Come on. God, this is terrible TV coverage. Just awful. The worst in the league. Off the near boards. Montreal tried to send it. It's by the penalty box. Dobson has it now for Montreal. Montreal dumps it in behind the net, behind Tarasov. Taken by Florida. Pass to, I'm assuming, Lundell. Yeah. Into the far corner. Puck gets through everybody to the near boards. Shot, big rebound right outside the crease. Not sent out. Kept in by Florida. Lundell again around the net. Tries to wrap around. And Montreal can't send it out. Another shot blocked into the near boards. Puck is loose. Montreal sends it behind their own net. Up the far boards and out. Ekblad will pick it up. Florida will get a line change. TV thinks it's 25-21. Looks like Florida. It looks like NHL.com is actually a little bit behind right now. Dumped into the near corner. Engstrom had it. Sent out by Hudson. He's on his wheel. Passes to Suzuki. He should have tied it. I don't know how he didn't put it in or get the rebound. Another great save by Tarasov. Montreal. Oh, what a terrible pass. It's out of the zone. Engstrom with the puck. Missed Suzuki. His stick is shattered. He has to head off. Florida right in front of the crease. Glove down into the far corner by Engstrom. He'll retreat to the near corner and send it up. Now the shots have caught up on NHL.com. Man, Montreal has had their chances, though. Back to the blue line. And long shot wide, deflected into the far corner. Blue line keeper into the far corner, behind the net. Pass gets through everybody, far boards. Tough angle shot blocked. Kept in by Carrier. Long blue line shot, I think was wide. Off the stick of Bolduc. And up the near boards. Kept at the red line. It looks like it's dumped in. Might have been Engstrom into the far corners. Glove down at the blue line. Kept in. Centering pass gets through everybody. Missed Kapanen. And Florida counters into the 3-on-3. Toughing from the far circle. That shot was blocked. Now sent and tipped into the far corner, into the netting. 25-23 are the shots. Can't stand looking at that puke. Sorry. And I used to like the Bruins, but more so for the 90s teams. Oh, my goodness. 25-23. I guess we'll show you the Rats goal. He'll get a slapper from the point. He takes the puck from the near circle all the way around the net, through the far circle to the point, sends it in blocker side high. Terrible defense, and they screen the goalie. All right, let me catch up on the chat. We'll check the scores. Looks like No changes since we last looked. Yeah, Trisk is a Penguins fan, I believe. Yeah, I agree. Yes, Blue Jay, I agree. Yep. Yep, the Rat. The Rat scored. 6, 8, and 9 through 12 PE classes. They got upset when I sat them for rough play. Do y'all ever watch hockey? There's a penalty box. Funny. That was Fox. Fox did that. Fox actually had hockey. I think Fox was the one that did the tail on the puck, or I forgot what they called the highlighting of the puck. I thought that was Fox. I can't even believe that Fox actually did hockey, but I'm pretty sure they're the ones that did it. Suzuki should have scored. He couldn't lift it, and he had a rebound attempt. Should be hashtag Terry Bradshaw. Excuse me. Pardon me. All right. Still 5:49. Maybe the Canadiens can get the equalizer. Far face-off circle. Sent behind the Montreal net. Sent up the near boards at the red line. Deneau has it. He dumps it in for Montreal to the near corner. Gallagher there. Florida has it, though. Pass ahead to the far side. Greer's shot is blocked behind the net into the near corner. Kept in. Florida in the near circle. A shot. Big rebound. Greer sent it wide, and they dig it out of the far corner. Puck behind the net to Rodriguez. Rodriguez to the far circle. Okay, somebody is laying in the crease for Florida and won't move. And the puck is frozen by the goalie, Montembeault. And, of course, Gallagher and a Panther get into it as tempers are flaring. I don't know what was going on. Samoskevich is pulled off. Somebody was laying in the crease and not getting out of the way for Florida. And Greer was right on top of Montembeault and was jumping. Yeah, Gallagher was not happy with the treatment Montembeault was getting. All right, no penalties out of that mess. 26-23, they gave Florida a shot. The Rat is on the bench right now. Face off. Reinert. Oh, how did that go in? 2-0 Florida. What in the world just happened? Great night for Montembeault, but I have no idea what the hell just happened there. It looks like they gave it to Reinert. That was a tough angle goal. I think he got beat near post. What the heck? He's trying to shoulder. I don't know how it cleared the glove side shoulder. It just went over the top of him. I thought 2-0 Florida. Jeez, that's probably it too. Yeah, Montembeault had a great night, but that was pretty bad to not seal the near post. He was crouched down too much. Come on, Habs. All right, pass deflected. Suzuki has it. Near corner. Gets hit by Lundell. Falls down. Gets it back to Dobson at the blue line. Cross-ice pass to the far circle. And taken by Caulfield. Shoots and he scores. It's 2-1. Caulfield skated right down the middle, right down the slot, and got the second goal, the first goal for Montreal to cut the lead in half, 2-1. What a play, individual play there by Caulfield. Nearly got it poke checked. Yeah, just beat Tarasov. Where did this go in? 5-hole. He beat Tarasov 5-hole. Great shot by Caulfield. Why don't they have the second Florida goal here? Marchand and well, we know who it was. It was Reinert. And now they got the Caulfield goal, 19th from Hudson and Dobson. So weird. NHL.com just they've had some issues sometimes this season. There's been two occasions where their site was just dead too. All right, Montreal with the puck in their own end, down by 1, 4:05 to play. We had no goals for a majority of the game. And then suddenly in the last 11 minutes, we've erupted for 3 here. Actually, the last 10 minutes. 10:18 was the first goal. So no goals in the first 50 minutes of the game, 3, and still 3:40 to go in the last 10. Pass to the VAR boards. Skated out over the red line. Suzuki looking in the far circle. Pass, shot, saved and held on by Tarasov at 3:27. I think that was Caulfield again on the shot. 3:27, that's the under 6 media timeout. And 27-25 on the shots. So we showed you Marchand's goal. Reinert's 22nd from Lusterinen and Lundell. Caulfield's 19th from Hudson and Dobson. No visualizers yet. 4-0 Maple Leafs. Nye's 11th, but it was an empty netter. 6 seconds to go. Islanders still up 2-0 on the Hawks. We do have a final. Penguins 5, Hurricanes 1 in Pittsburgh. Ugh. Terrible night for who started. Hopefully that wasn't Bussy. But you know what? I got to put the Habs jacket on. I am freezing. Thanks. Yeah, I love the I just love especially the red one. The white one's good, but I've always loved the red. Admiral Akbar. It's a wrap. It's a wrap instead of it's a trap. Yeah, they need to get... Yeah, what the hell just happened exactly? All of a sudden we had a ton of goals. All right, let me get the Habs jacket. I'm freezing. It's very cold tonight. Oh. Time to wear the Canadiens hat, too. Far circle draw in the Florida end. And it's knocked into the bench area again. Yeah, I guess based on all the gear, I kind of have to be Montreal fan. Top 3 or 4 here. But I'll root for all the Canadian teams. As long as it's not against the Kings, especially. All right. Montreal has the puck in their own end. Bless you, Sinbin Admin, by the way. Oh, man. Behind the net. Under 3 to go. Puck gets loose at the red line. Montreal in their own end. All right, what do we got? Engstrom. Montreal getting a line change. Pass ahead to the red line. Dumped in by the Habs. Into the near corner. Lundell takes it out. Makes a pass over to the red line. Dumped in by Florida. To the near corner. Lundell. And long pass from Caulfield to the left wing. Shot from just outside the crease. May have been wide. And into the near boards. Puck is pinned. Cross-ice pass by Dobson to the far circle. Skated to the point. They give it to Dobson. They've pulled the goalie. Sent into the corner. They get it to Hudson. Oh, whiffed on the shot. Back to Hudson, and it's out. Under 1:40 to go. Florida getting a line change. Montreal tries to send it to the red line, and it's dumped in. Behind his own net, Tarasov. And Montreal has it. Pass to Suzuki. Shot and a goal. Deflected in, maybe. Or it's a goal for Suzuki. Holy cow, with 1:22. We are all tied. 4 goals in the final 10 minutes. Actually, the last 9 minutes. After being scoreless through 50. Unstinking believable there. They're unfreaking believable. Great steal behind the net by Caulfield and a great shot by Suzuki. I can't tell if it was tipped. Here's a replay. No, it wasn't tipped. May have, wait, who did they give it to? Now they haven't said who yet. They say Suzuki's 150th career goal. Holy cow. All right, that's got to be another shot. 28-27. Oh, no, they're giving a shot to Florida. Okay. Oh, sorry. No more empty net, by the way. There we go. Behind his own net, Tarasov to the near boards. Kept in. Hudson's long shot is tipped wide. And Florida brings it up the far board, sends it into the far corner, behind the Montreal net. Under 1 minute to go now. Puck gets loose over the red line. Picked up, sent to, let's see, who dumped it in? Rodriguez. And that is taken, pass to, man, I'm blanking on names. Greer dumps it in. Carrier sent it behind the net. Dobson skates it out. Tried to dump it in from the red line, though. Florida knocked it back in. Hudson will take it behind the Montreal net. He passes. Skated over the red line. And Samoskevich lost the hand. Or Slavkovsky, pardon me. Wrong team. Gallagher back. Dobson behind his own net. There's only 10 seconds to go. I don't know if Montreal. Well, here we go. Over the red line. Into the zone. Pass to the near board. Slavkovsky shot wide. That's the end of the third period. Mr. OT here. Montreal, Florida heading to overtime. Unbelievable. Oh, and this has been a long game. We might be late to the next game. Unbelievable. So it was Suzuki's 12th, 150th of his career from Demidov and Caulfield. All right, here we go. Reinert's goal, number 13. Yeah, tough angle shot. Just went over the glove side shoulder. Like he had almost completely sealed it. I don't know. It was such a tiny window for him to fit that in. Caulfield's goal. Caulfield, of course, 13 as well. And a shot. Yeah, he went 5-hole past Tarasov. And then Suzuki with the equalizer. Just a rocket from the point. Near circle, actually. Oh, yeah, let's fix the overtime. 3-on-3 for 5 minutes. If no goals, then a shootout, best of 3. Go Habs. Hey, John. Hello, welcome. Tomlin left. Hey, Ronnie, hello. A toque. Nice toque. Thanks, Ronnie. Appreciate it. Thanks for the support. I know. Well, Nightcore is expensive. Oh, no. Wait. To lose. To not lose. Gotcha. Yeah, now you're good. Have score 2 must be a jinx. Hello, Michael. I understand the feeling. Yep. Mr. OT indeed. Yeah. Sponsor me. It's just been hockey this year, though. It's not just the games I do. There's been tons of overtime games. All right, Seth Jones is out there. He passes to the far circle. We have Reinert out there as well for the Panthers. He skates right to the crease, makes a nice shot. Good save by Montembeault. Panthers keep it in. Now they decide to take it out. And it should be a shot. I don't know why NHL.com doesn't have that yet. They must be slow on the stats tonight. Under 4.5 in the overtime. Marchand out there. He skates it in. Shot from the far circle. Frozen puck at 4:18. Good save again by Montembeault. Yeah, this should be 30, I think. That should be 2 shots. There we go. Finally, NHL.com updates. 30-27. Yep, might be a little late getting to Philly. Philly against the Canucks. That's fine. Hopefully not. I hate scrambling. Face off. Florida. Marchand takes it behind the Montreal net into the near circle. Pass to the far circle. Taken around to the near circle. I think that's Forsling. Yeah, that's Forsling. And he drops it out of the zone. The forwards pass it. That looks like Bennett. Pass to Forsling. His pass got blocked. They get it to Marchand. He takes it to the far circle. Picked his pocket. Slevkovsky going the other way. Pass. Oh, he missed. Who is that? In the near boards. Might have been Matheson. It was a single digit. And, oh, boy, we got Matheson injured at 3:33 in overtime. He is in the corner and not getting up. I don't know if they called a penalty or not. Yeah, it's Marchand, the rat. And the trainer's out to take a look at Matheson. He maybe have to sent off for a possible concussion evaluation. Matheson skates off with 3:33 to go in OT. Roughing on Marchand. So a 4-on-3. I'm not going to put it in. Yep, dangerous play into the boards. Actually, he didn't look too... Nope, Marchand cleaned him up after Bennett had checked him. That was an elbow to the head. Should have been a major. I don't know what else you have to do. Unbelievable. What a dirty player. What a piece of garbage. Can't stand that jerk. Looks like Montreal maybe took their time out. So they'll have a 4-on-3 power play. I'd have to put in like 2 penalties for Florida and 1 for Montreal to get the strength right. So I'm just going to leave it. God, don't even show that piece of garbage. Can't stand that jerk. So it looks like it'll be Lundell, Ekblad, and Mikola on the kill. No clue on the power play since NHL.com is majorly screwed up. Too many men on the ice. All right. Far circle. Face off. Cleared by Florida. Down the length of the ice. Behind the net. Montembeault. 0 for 3. 4 shots. We got Slevkovsky, Suzuki, Caulfield, and Demidov. Suzuki to Demidov. Back to Suzuki. Into the Slavkovsky, far boards. Suzuki up. Back to Slavkovsky. 3 minutes to go. In the OT. Right up the middle. Shot. Suzuki blocked. Return pass missed. Caulfield. Man. Suzuki at the blue line. Far circle. Drop pass Suzuki. He gets it back at the point. Looking. 1:04 to go on the power play. Far circle. And they change at the point. Shot from Suzuki. Must have been blocked by Ekblad. Down low. Looking. Pass doesn't get through. Caulfield. Oh, that was a trip. No call. Still possession by Montreal. Near circle. Caulfield to Suzuki. Suzuki looking. 33 seconds on the power play. Suzuki to the far side. Demidov, right? Shot by Suzuki into the netting at 1:54. So still, crap. How much is left on the power play? 21 seconds? Looks like it. This has been well, that's right. This game isn't too slow. It started late. Oh my gosh, they hit the crossbar. Fudge again. Blue line keeper pass trying to get to Suzuki gets deflected out of the zone. Only 12 seconds on the power play. Pass to Slavkovsky. Near side Dobson. Far circle. Tap in goal for Suzuki. Almost said the Expos. The Canadiens win the game. Good Lord. Finally. And the rat is the reason they lost. Oh, what a fitting end. And they honored him in the pregame ceremony, and he loses them the game. 3-2 final. Montreal wins. Dobson with a pass. They got it to Suzuki. Yeah, Dobson will be one assist. The other assist, I couldn't see. And Suzuki with an easy tap-in goal. Suzuki from Hudson and Dobson. They actually had two defensemen out there for the 4-on-3, and it paid off. Suzuki's 12th goal was the equalizer, and his 13th on the power play was the game winner. All right, I'm going to go through the chat real quick. No post game. We're going to get set for the next game. 3-2 final. Montreal wins. They came back from a 2-0 deficit with under 5 to go. Major choke job by Florida. Yeah, 4:59 to go in the game, and Florida chokes away a 2-0 lead. Nice game for the Canadiens, not the Expos. Cheapers. You get so excited and the wrong words come out. All right. Ended the poll. 58% of the 55 votes were right that Montreal would win. Oh, a sponsor. Yeah. Thank you. No, I appreciate it. No, I knew what you meant. I wasn't going to point it out. And that's what it was. That was what that penalty was. How is that just a 2-minute minor? You're taking a blow to the head. I didn't. I appreciate you all, though. Yeah, sweet ending. Thanks, Dan. Let's go, Alex. And yeah, Blue Jay, great game. Yeah, last 10 minutes were good. First 50 were pretty snooze fest. Comeback Canadians with another one. Yep, well stated somewhat. All right, that's going to be it. Like and subscribe on your way out. I will be back on the air in, 9 minutes for Flyers Canucks, Philadelphia at Vancouver. Until then, take care, be well. Hope to see you in the next one. Sinbin Stream signing out. Wishing you the best. And Bye-bye. Oh, sorry. Who gets the power play? For some reason, YouTube held it. Yeah, it was a Montreal. Sorry, I didn't see that one till just now, Blue Jay. But thanks. Take care. Bye-bye.